How's it going, everybody? This is Rice Bonds, Montana DeYoung, back here with you again. This is the first week after I did my limited event. It was a pre-release event. These are a lot of words of jargon, but what it means is about a week before a new release is made public. In this case, it's Phyrexia, All Will Be One. There's a weekend beforehand where local gaming stores that are in the know put together a tournament over the weekend where they release these sealed boxes of 6 draft boosters each, and contestants will take a box. They'll buy it for $30 or $35. They'll sit there and under time circumstances they'll make a deck out of those six packs within 45 minutes, and then you get to play 3 games, best of 3 against 3 opponents, and then you're ranked actually on kind of a sophisticated app from the makers of Magic cards, and they actually reseed people and make sure that the strength of schedule is taken into account in terms of rankings and who gets to play whom. So that was really a lot of fun for me, since I've only been back with Magic a couple of months now. I really don't have the breadth of knowledge or experience or any of that stuff that a lot of other people who've been playing for a lot longer have, and so I don't feel like I can compete with them in terms of having all the best cards. But when you're talking about a limited event like pre-release and sealed and draft, I feel like I have a much better shot as a result, because the playing field is much more level. I mean, skill still wins out in the end, but at least you don't have to have awesome cards. Everybody, at least in theory, is supposed to have similar cards of similar strength, and then skill and luck are the determining factors for who wins out for the most part. Anyways, so that was fun. I actually did pretty well on Friday. I won my first game 2-1, got wiped out in my second game 2-0, and I swept my third opponent 2-0. So 2-1, 0-2, and 2-0. And then the next day I went at a different location, 1-1-1, which is pretty nice. So Phyrexians are, I guess, some sort of alien race. I think I've talked about this before, where there's some kind of, they're from a hell plane, really. They're partly organic, partly mechanical, definitely evil and menacing. And the story is that, I guess right now, that they're taking over Dominaria, the main plane where magic takes place, where the fantasy world of magic takes place. So I'm going to open what is this called? These are called bundles. So these bundles were released early, and part of the appeal, as you guys know probably by now, are these large-sized spin down counters. This is the actual symbol of that I guess Wizards of the Coast chose for Phyrexia. All will be one. You can see these ones, these smaller ones, they came from those sealed boxes that were compiled in real time and used to compete in real time. These bigger ones are cool because they're just harder to find. You have to open one of these special gift bundles in order to get them. So let's just see what we get. That was the full art card that you get in every set booster pack. See, we played draft boosters. Those are like the stripped down, sort of bare bones basic stuff with no frills. You'll get like a hollow foil card or two, but like, and then on the other end of it are those collector boosters, those ultra expensive, fancy boosters that are filled with rare cards and foil cards. And then these are set boosters. These are the intermediate level. We got the basic land here. We got the commons, uncommon, and then there's these alternate art. I'm not really sure what they're called, but I think most cards, or many of them, have alternate art. So I believe Thrumming Bird appears elsewhere in the set, but then out of 271. And then when it's not out of 271, that means the numbers are beyond 271, and then that's where they usually put these alternate art ones. That's uncommon. And then the rare is Dark Slick Shores. Huh. It's blue and black mana, so you can use this card to cast blue and black spells. That's why they're considered oftentimes rare cards, just because usually you have a situation here where that forest can only cast green spells, so only one color rather than two. Okay, then we have the hollow foil one and a promo card. Okay, set booster number 2. One thing that I was disappointed by the experience about was that I think that 2 of my opponents in the first game, when I won one game, I lost one game, and then won one game after that. So I went 2-1. The first game that I won 2-1, I found out only afterwards, when you go to the front and the store owner sort of gives out the free packs as prizes, that the person reported on the phone that he had beaten me 2-0 rather than losing to me 1-2. I was really disappointed to learn that. I couldn't believe somebody would pull that off. These are grown men, you know, in their 20s and 30s who are playing, and you know, the most you can win is a couple of packs per win, and to sort of lie like that, like, you know, like, I mean, I guess I should have known better to look over his shoulder to make sure that it was injured properly, but I couldn't believe that was happening. And then, of course, this is Kinzu of the Bleak Coven. This is rare. I'm looking for mythics. Oh, this is a double rare pack, so that's cool. It's a legendary creature. Then there's the Mercurial Spelldancer. That's a rare. And then a common foil card. I haven't been too lucky with the mythics. Mythics are super rares. I'm not really sure what's good in this set. I think this is a continuation of my recent favorite set, Brothers War. After that initial war between 2 brothers, the Phyrexians invaded, I think is the timeline. So yeah, I was disappointed that something like, you know, something as pure as getting together and opening some packs and playing with really only packs on the line would cause somebody to cheat like that. And then in the second game, I actually played the first opponent's best friend, and he was a really good player too. He played this one card, Shieldred, the Apocalypse, a monster card that just wrecked me in the second game. He swept me 2-0. But the problem is that card doesn't appear in this set. It appears in a set that was released like a year ago. But I didn't know that. I mean, I didn't think to check the symbol here to make sure that it was a card that was eligible. I just assumed that everybody would be playing by the rules. I didn't think I'd have to watch for cards. And I mean, that was really bold of him to play that card, because that's like the best card from the set that is from Dominaria United. I only later found that out once I got home, and I was like, man, I really want to pull that card. I wonder how much it's worth and how many variations there are in this set. Turns out there are no variations. He had snuck a card that he had pulled long ago, or had bought long ago, into his deck to try and ensure that he would beat me. And beat me he did, but I don't know what kind of satisfaction you get out of that, because, ooh, this is a mythic. I was just saying, these are rare. This is an equipment card. Sword of War and Peace. Cool. That may be the only mythic in this whole box, so I wouldn't be surprised. So yeah, I mean, I was a little disheartened that people would cheat. And I guess cheat so often. I mean, both of these 2 buddies, who I just happened from the algorithm to play in my first game and then in my second game, cheated, I believe. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think that's what happened. And they were besties, you know? So as I was finishing my first game with my first opponent, the other friend who did not know he was going to be facing me, because, you know, all the first round scores hadn't come in yet, was sort of looking over my shoulder and seeing my cards and seeing how I was playing, because he just wanted to see how his buddy was doing. But he ended up losing, and I don't know at what point the second opponent This is the Blue Suns Twilight. Very cool art. I don't know if this is a valuable card, but this art is one of the reasons I wanted to look into this set. These alien races built statues where like their 9 moons or whatever, like it would eventually move perfectly into position and make it look like the statues were holding the moon. So I think that was a really cool idea. It really appealed to me. Token card. So yeah, I mean, to find out at the end of the night that that somebody had likely lied about the score. I mean, it could have been a honest mistake, but the fact that he said that I lost nothing in 2 rather than losing 1 and 2, which would have been like the inverse of what actually happened. Maybe he just got them reversed. For him to say he won, 2-0, that's pretty questionable. And then, against the newbie, this is my first time playing competitive Magic. It's supposed to be pretty casual, just, amongst people in the community. And for them to sort of take advantage of me, I really was disappointed by that. This is Nahiri, the Unforgiven, another mythic. This is a Planeswalker. They don't behave like normal cards. Really looking forward to seeing if that's a cool card. Ooh, a double rare pack. God, I think this is a decent box. Urabrask's Forge. A shiny rare. How cool. Very, very cool. And then, for the second player I mean, he was pretty nice. We talked about, he's starting a new family, and I thought I was making connection. I thought I was making friends in the hobby. I was there sort of really without any agenda. Just wanted to learn how to play. I was very excited about seeing these cards for the first time. I purposely avoided doing any research on them beforehand because I wanted to see these cards for the first time as they came out of packs. And I was just there hoping to play an honest game of Magic, and I guess those are hard to come by, at least at that venue. Maybe that's just the type of person that venue attracts, but it wasn't fun to know afterwards that I'd gotten taken advantage of. Evolved Spinoderm, a rare, and then another land card, common, but foil, and then a list card. So some folks that I spoke to on Facebook were theorizing that maybe the Shieldred card, that monster card, the best card you can pull from another set, was a list card, because these are like released of other previous cards, kind of like an anthology set. But Shieldred was not released in the list, so there's no way to get that card unless you had it previously and then just purposely snuck it in. And how bold would you have to be? You'd have to know that you're playing a complete newbie. He knew that, because I made it clear that I was, and that I needed sort of help with some of the intricacies of the rules. The rules are really hard to learn. There's a steep learning curve. This is Graz, Unstoppable Juggernaut, a rare, and a foil uncommon token. And so last pack, the fact that he seemed like a nice guy and even helped me sort of give me pointers on how to improve my deck. Like, I don't know, maybe just his just the greed got better of him. None of us are perfect. We've all done stuff we regret. But I just thought, man, when he played the card against me, he's like, oh man, I'm sorry to have to do this to you, but here it comes. And he plays Shieldred, and it just like absolutely crushed me. And it wasn't fair. But like I was saying, that was really at one venue. The next day I went to a different venue, and the people there were very, very nice, very helpful, very gaming, very sporting. Really helped me learn the game and played me hard, and I was able to learn a lot without and losing sometimes without them having to cheat. This is Geth, Thane of Contracts, rare, and an uncommon foil, and another token. Okay guys, so I think this might be the last thing I do with this set. I might move on to something else now, but now I have 4 gift bundles that I've opened, and my favorite is the Weak Stone from Brothers War. There's also a red one, but there's not enough I need from the non-foil set for me to justify paying the $50 it would cost to buy another bundle to get a 50-50 shot at getting the red one, the Might Stone. This is the Transformer. This is the Glow in the Dark Innistrad Midnight Hunt, the Werewolf set, and then this is the most recent Phyrexian sort of hellish alien set. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Until next time.